Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Friday, number 7 day for this month of July 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. The good people of Ambazonia across the globe, in refugee camp and in IDP camp, the forgotten people by the rest of the world, wanna have revolutionary greetings this weekend. The Amnesty International, a reputable international NGO, where they inform the international community of happenings regarding humanitarian law violations and humanitarian crisis across the globe, have put out a report regarding the conflict in Ambazonia. I'll bring a special edition just to put for our people them the thing where the Amnesty International talk. They don't call for the end of hostility and the end of crimes against our people by the state of Cameroon. They also call out Ambazonia as well. I will bring that one in a special edition. We're going to get a lot of feedback of people really ask them why we just leave out that particular report. Now, because I want to do them in a very special way, because it get a lot of ramification. Our great people of Ambazonia. On Wednesday, we get a very huge attack operation where be taken for inside the great state of Boyo by the United Forces of Boyo. That means the force them for Boyo, they don't join all of them, they cooperate as one, and they call themselves the United Forces of Boyo. It be very, very admirable. So they be carry out a big attack on Wednesday. I will be brief on the attack, follow the progress of the attack. It will be hugely successful. La Republique du Cameroon, they don't be exhausted inside Boyo. They don't begin try for gather and they be a little bit confused and disoriented. Of course, it be natural because they for a foreign land, and our boys then carry out a very successful ambush for around Bingo Day for inside Com. And I want to really commend the bravery of our soldiers and for inside Com for the wonderful attack. It will be very heavy rain. It will be fall on that Wednesday. So I be the feel say the attack self will not go take place again, but they be successfully carry out the attack. 2 Cameroon terrorist forces then die on the spot. 2 then be admitted from Bingo Hospital with serious wounds. We still monitor whether then did or they don't carry them come off for day. But this was a very big successful attack. And as usual, the terrorist Cameroon military them where they be enter for day for 9 motor because they don't decided they want for focus their attack for inside Com. They can replace the one they be there for day. They move them, they don't bring in 9 vehicles them. These 9 vehicles now they be subject for that attack. The terrorist Cameroon military them then come up for day instead for fight Ambazonian fighter the way they challenge them with gun, then turn back then go now for the palace for inside Mujang. Go for day beat people them mercilessly. Hold the chief, mami for chief, that means a queen mother for palace for inside Mujang, knock gun for his chest. Burn the woman alive for inside one of the house where the queen mother it stay for day for palace. The one as sacrilege. When I go feel say the life of a queen mother for inside Belo for Mejang, it go value for the chief for inside Com and all the funds them, all the pastor them, and all the elites them for Com. But all of them the run she don't whoop, all the run she don't quiet. If una the fear for talk, even when they kill a queen mother, who is safe? Make una remember say na the beheading of Sam Soya. Well, the Republic then come after Ambazonian youths the run rise up go attack a checkpoint. They no can go attack them. Then go catch na informant the way they be work with them, where they be supply them mbanga. Then turn their gun go catch another one they can kill them for record and for camera for send them for on the media show say they work. Now it be the main cause where it radicalize most compound them for inside Com. Me picking and go join forces them for fight against this sacrilege, this barbarism, this terrorist Cameroon. So make una understand, say they no go can kill a whole queen mother. Then una the so-called elites them una go she don't quiet. Then that picking them when una go can they no go blame una. When they go arrest una will talk say Ambazonian soldier them, they don't do so, they don't do so. So this is what is going on. Even the Queen Mother, seated in her palace, was burnt alive in her own room while she was incapacitated by a blow on the chest with the barrel of a gun. As a witness, one pikin will be there for the compound, he don't testify. Now the mami this way, na born fund them for inside Munjang. Now mami then this way, now the married fund them for inside Munjang. They don't serve their community. No die nobody for inside Munjang where the mami nobody go stand for day. Now mami will recover all man. They don't kill them. Shall we accept this impunity, this blatant violation, humiliation? The kid mami never sent a message for the Boyo people that your life is nothing, you are nothing. They can smash you, they can do whatever they want to you, and there will be no accountability because the master in Yaoundé, Paul Biya, and the enablers them and collaborators them for inside Boyo, they go subject una until una go yield for slavery, enslavement. We not recognize una right, una humanity. Make all youths them for inside Munjang, then take a sacred oath for fight for make sure say anything will cause the woman to die. The Cameroon terrorists and those who did want impose on them, the Cameroon state, may they go pay a price, may their place in no go there for inside Munjang and for the rest of come. If you become man where you there for inside the Cameroon, the terrorist military, if never find bullet then send them for that boy them, do them. Or when I get respond to this death one way or the other. As Mancho BBC be talk, now one for all for one, until we understand, say the death of one person, now the death of all man. Because if it happen for the woman for a house, now the kind of woman in this way, they know say even all the Cameroon military, they know them. The CPG and people, then they vampire them, they know them. So then we believe say them be safe. Who else is safe? Who else is safe in Ambazonia? If woman way there for inside palace house where it be identifiable, it not be safe, then they don't tell us say none of we are not safe. As they pretend they go. Yesterday we don't see even for Bamenda, where La Republic they don't send this their terrorist colonizer minister, Achille Baseleking, where they don't hold meeting with the so-called all elected councillors, mayors, and this and that for inside Mezam. They ran there for inside Yaba Hotel full of military protection. This terrorist, this criminal, mayor without mandate, unelected official, unwanted collaborator, Mayor Paul and Chumbong, he come for day, he can begin talk say, Ghost Town, he don't finish inside Bamenda. We always will know say, na man we don't fight Ghost Town, so say, he don't be shame. Bamenda don't shame me. Pass the way Boya, he be shame Patrick Ekema. So these are thief, delusional idiots with no mandate and will never live in peace amongst our community. These are those who have blood in their hands, and our forces must do everything it takes to nab them, even as they leave from Bafoussam to sneak into Bamenda to hold meetings behind the protection of the terrorist Cameroon bees. 99 days for a thief, 1 day for the owner. So fellow Ambazonians, as yesterday we still leak the wound for this Cameroon government official them. The one way they don't put it like a minister for that their so-called House of Assembly. La République du Congo, their so-called Honorable Stephen Abong, with the Minister of Youth Affairs, Ngu, where they be arrest them, Ambazonian forces them for inside Momo, for Batibo, they be arrest them for Ngi. After they don't go for that sacrilege, that big 20th May, where it be forbidden, it be banned. All man for Ngi, it don't run go shoot down for the house for boycott that 20th May. La Republic used now they want the way they stay for Yaoundé, they enter for inside village, can stage this mock 20th May celebration when only 5 eye people they be there for inside grandstand. Our forces they don't catch them. They don't catch them. We all would not celebrate them. As we celebrate them, the forces they even try to hide them. When I be break that news now because our forces the way they be there inside where they be carry out this operation. And I go tell now everything about this operation because we must learn what will happen. The Patriot, I know for even call ourselves the Patriot, we organize this arrest of these individuals, which I have classified as kidnapping and banditry. Organize them right from the United States of America. Because this is what our struggle have become. They don't catch the people them. As we try for put them for show the world so that arrest people them. Because when you do something in the name of Ambazonia, it means that all we don't do them, you really do them on our behalf. As we try for show the world, because one of the things for impose a law and for enforce a law, now for send a message for the other defaulter them or would be defaulter them, me them fear and then me them disease for take similar action. So instead for put out messages why these people were arrested, to send out a strong signal for those who are violating Ambazonian law and undermining our quest for freedom. They soldier them, then did everything for hide them, then find the one the way they be talk with we, then close all loopholes, then move the soldier from one camp to another camp, and they even touch almost all camps them. So now a thing where it don't stain all Ambazonia at our hand. After they don't collect money upon money, release on few of them, then collect the maximum money where they collect them, then they run release these captive La Republic enablers. I mean, say the one for Ngina, the one the way that they call it, they intimidate quarter head, they made a work with the Cameroon terrorist military. Now the one the way that they plot the military operation them for inside Ngi. Now the one the way they don't arrange, now they don't corrupt even the people they work with Sako, John Egi, and we come off Ngi. We know say now the people in this with them bribe. We know we get their fire. All man know them. Any man we do with self-defense, you know, say the one that they terrorize them. When I hear their language, after they don't hold them, they don't go release them. Me then go make propaganda. So the only message where it come out from that release and that arrest, now message where it come out for talk say that they thank Paul Biya, say Paul Biya na good man. They make all that stupid talk the one, not even play and say for my podcast. But we know say Paul Biya na the devil. We know say na Paul Biya it be start this war. We know say na La Republic it be disregard our sovereignty. Now they don't marginalize us. Now they don't subjugate us. Now they don't kill our students, our youth before they react. We act in self-defense to preserve our dignity and our human right. We fight for a just cause. So all those talks the way they talk are rubbish will be baseless. Even the American government, they don't put out statement. They don't sanction Cameroon. German government, it don't withdraw support. Even the French parliament, it don't debate the issue. So there is no delusion about what is happening. The reality is that Paul Biya and Cameroon is the aggressor. They choose the way of the guns and they are the primary responsible for the chaos of this war. That aside, the fact that they don't release these Cameroon government delegates, these are Cameroon representatives. It don't show way to way around to tell our people them for a long time. Say this our struggle, the moral authority, the guidance, the leadership for this our struggle, it dey na for diaspora. Even the Americans, it don't talk. Say the way the war feel listen for we na through our people they dey for diaspora, because then they in protection, then they in a drone where they fit see things there from one place to another much better than get resources and then get direct access. So any man where they have ground zero, it try for talk say it will replace diaspora leadership. That means in a man with one hand victory for La Republic, because once that leadership will be transferred from diaspora to ground zero, it will be interpreted as an end to leadership, any viable leadership. And we know that already for sure. So those who are trying to do that are either mistaken or they are being guided by people who have bad intention for Ambazonia. That aside, the release of these people them, not be the first time, but the first cause of this release. Now our division, our infighting, where every group it then become partisan and every leader they are more focused about emerging as the president of Ambazonia than any other thing, over every other thing. Ambitions are not bad in itself. They can always motivate people to do things for the benefit of the collective. But when that ambition is put above the collective interest, above principles, then that becomes the problem. Our soldiers who were supposed to look upon the diaspora for clarity, for morality, for guidelines and expected standard, have become the ones now who are controlling the diaspora. They just tell the leaders in the diaspora what to do because the leaders are so desperate for validation and for relevance from these soldiers and endorsement to claim that they own the soldier. Now me I get soldier. You know, we challenge soldier. that the soldiers have grown with horns. Soldiers now want to take political decisions. Every soldier is building their own barracks because the diaspora have become so blind to any excesses and will not hold any standard. Our internal politics, partisan politics, have diluted leadership, have diluted our standard, our moral standard, and any authority. The soldiers on the ground, they have nobody to be afraid of anymore because everybody will validate what they want. Nobody will be able to stand up to any excesses or even bring any corrective pressure on them. They have now turned into becoming a pain even to our own community. For the most part, we have seen this thing happen because of our internal politics. If we were united, it will never happen. Can we be united? As I told you people, we can never be united. The only reason we were united in Canada was because the international community brought us together. That is just the fact. But even still, it wasn't still as it's supposed to be. It wasn't effective. For those who were criticizing the issue of Regina Mundi, shouting all over social media, make they can't join the media and go fight ADF. All of them have gone mute and did not utter a statement when this Cameroon representative were there. That shows you how political and partisan we are, that puts our own group interest and our leaders' interest above that of the common good and the common interest. Once we don't decide, say, we go win this war, this fight now only through war. That means saying that the action of the ground, it will determine the political ability for we for win. So it be very important the actions on the ground vis-a-vis the political goal and political ideology. So the fighting on the ground, it be very important. And when you compromise the fighting on the ground, you have already, it is self-defeating. When you there for war, you must fight. Now die, kill me or I kill you. You know if you fight war for independence, then the people, the way they represent the Cameroon government, you left them, they even come. Say na palava money, they run bribe you money for year, then bribe you money for day. You cannot win a war like that. It's just impossible. And today, just like I had said, our soldiers have lost their killing instinct where it be necessary for win a war. Because for win this war, we will not allow any man where it claim for be an elected member or a representative of the Cameroon state in such capacity to walk away. No, you must neutralize them. It don't spread the whole place. I remember the last time they catch this other mayor, this other senator from Boyo for come the catch you for inside Bafu, the 7 Kata. The soldier then reach out for me as they always reach out for me. They say, I think this will run catch them. I tell them, they ask us, Capo Daniel, wait to do with them because we don't know what to do with them. Their leadership, they were diaspora, they nobody even tell them. I tell them, say, now one thing they for do them. Person way, it don't go give himself, say, me, la Republic, using like senator, mayor, when our people did not even vote you, that person is a thief, is a common criminal and has committed high treason. High treason, even in America, the solution now one. Now death penalty. If we are not able to carry out death penalty for a crime where internationally it is prosecuted and sentenced and punished by death penalty, then we cannot even win this war. What happened? My conversation with them was recorded and then played to this woman and her family and the Cameroon government as a means to leverage them for more money. They say, una see, our big people for diaspora, they don't talk say, now the punishment, this will go for Giam. So that the punishment, this now will go Giam. With the Giam now, because in a Capo Daniel, he talk. So if the only one I think come off a year, now will pay more money. So now say that happen, they go collect more money, they release that woman. Information that they come back now for me, now from our partner, the way they internationally, if they go come back for me, say Capo Daniel. Now the thing in this way, they for your hand, but would the fear die? Would they fear now because we aren't born already, we aren't give ourselves for this country. So it no matter if today we fall, I will fall with our head held high because we have fought for a noble cause and we have taken decisions not for our own protection or our own comfort, but for you, Ambazonia. So it doesn't matter for me, but it's a lesson learned. How can we succeed with a boat where it leak for one chamber, it leak for the other, the man the boss you own for this side, she don't, they hide the water where they climb for the boat. That boat, you know, will sink. So TTA now, Blinky, he don't release the one. Another soldier now wait there for inside meme, you feel say go catch and two, you go do the thing where you're supposed to do with them. No be it to go talk say if that man not really, he don't catch and take your own money, me too I will take my own money for year. Now say he don't corrupt, now say the whole struggle, he don't be crippled. They be cash even the head for DDR for Bamenda. 7 kata, then call me, I talk, say, do one a big catch. Then take money, so take money, go exhaust. I beg, then say, I beg, when I no release them. I go gather money, bring them, even buy them. More buy them, because we know how we push this thing politically. Then chop money, so take, if they release the head of the DDR, where they don't catch up for Bamenda Wuhan, then if he say, any soldier, he talk, say, hey, we go keep people for DDR. They no play DDR, they. If he say, if you do anything, if they don't catch the head, take the money, that means they fight now for take money. They don't make any political demand. Even the egg of C, when we catch Regina Mundi, the consensus, the vast majority of the people them for inside organization, all man ask money for 440 million. If I not be stand my ground, stand for public for talk, say would demand release of our prisoners. Fongala for an old man, we put as the highest state for the war they involved in that matter, because we will demand a political solution. How we go do to release their own people we say for day for day? They retire our own prisoner, they die for chain. Yes, for war there is prisoner release. One who catch prisoner. Now for engage with the international community as will be engaged in an effort that I led, even to engage with the Red Cross, International Red Cross, for the possibility of prisoner release. It bad as a day, whatever will happen, na history. They don't catch and no be one, no be two. We don't catch and leave them. We don't lost the instinct. In the beginning of this struggle, when at the time, in those days of General Amigo, in those days of General Ivo, when I see what happened for inside Batibo, we have lost the killing instinct that is necessary for a military victory. People that they can't enter a village for carry kidnapping for ransom, for take money in the name of Amba, come go open their store and for Douala, build their house and for inside Nigeria. A level of banditry have inflicted self-defeating wound that we cannot ignore. We have no choice if we go the way we go, because for the groups that we have in the diaspora who are supposed to lead us, who are supposed to be the big groups that give that moral authority, all of them have become paralyzed by partisan politics and personal ambitions that put themselves above the country and even above the liberation struggle. So don't expect anything different to come from them. Nothing. They have sabotaged even diplomacy. The greatest betrayer, that we know the reality on the ground, we know our chances and our capability, and we had a chance to move this struggle from the battlefield to negotiation, and it was blown up not by La Republique but by us Ambazonia. Because if we had sustained and worked with principle that put our public interest, today we could have been in a different place. We were talking in a different language to the international community today. But look at where we are. We are self-defeating. Ambazonians, listen to me and listen to me carefully. We have lost the international sympathy that we used to have. For us to regain it by the fighting that we are doing on the ground, it may take us 7 years, which I don't even believe, because today if A starts something, now B go can attack it. Project, we can defeat La Republique. If I show now wait to where we solid of the ground, the dark forces them inside La Republique would already map and for carry out operation them. The kind of small money we will need them, we are not going to believe. But that will never happen, because as soon as one man in one raise fund, the other man will talk, say, hey, now my money where they can't take them. Now me I be supposed to raise fund. How can we win a war like that when we catch the enemy and take bribe? And don't expect that all these groups who are comfortable in where they are, they will do anything. For them, they have arrived. They are now the leaders. They are now the head of states. For some soldiers, they have already been comfortable with the money the way they come for inside camp. Whether na money for check, roadblock check, the one the way they want to go harass people, they then get bar or whatever source that they take them. Now, how many men standing inside Ambazonia now? Look at the camps. So, if we leave things, doing things the same way, expecting a different result, then we are deceiving ourselves, dragging our whole nation into an early grave. We must be able to assess the attainability of every goal we put and take necessary changes to enable us to have progress for our people, even if it means that we will do it with our own blood. That's why I'm not worried about these idiots who come out and make all this ridiculous thing that, hey, do one and take money, do one. Even when they know that I am the most credible person who even record conversation of attempted bribe, not once, not twice, and report it to our people to give them hope, know that I am unbribable. So we need to know this one. For us, if we need to win this war now, we must moderate and send signals that will attract even those within our communities. Today, listen for radio there for Bamenda, all pidgin speaker them. The language they talk and the public language. They don't isolate with they even promote things the way they be the challenge and before. This stupid mayor, the way no man no elect them, they can't hold meeting for Bamenda. If we not listen for radio station, they will not go shocked. We not go be shocked. I lie saying our own people that they talk with these people them or these people then like now people the way that them be something. Say war they go on. We war they go on. We need to be able to appeal back to our people, bring back those who would not drive them for this struggle with our wickedness and stupid partisanship. Even soldiers, I mean real soldiers for inside Ambazonia, they don't decide she don't for back. We need to attract them back. We need to win back the heart of our people, attract the moderates, and send the right signal to the international community that will bring some interest back, that we can use that interest to fight for our independence. And that independence, which we have lost and have an outright rejection of an outright victory or an outright independence of Ambazonia, that independence can only be won by preserving it now. We need to preserve them now in an autonomy like that which the Scottish people have, which the Irish people have. That is the only way we can preserve and keep our sovereignty and our territorial integrity for the possible and future independence of Ambazonia. Because if we risk it all with these people who say they are not afraid to lose, they don't even know what it means to lose, because if we lose, they will feed us with shit. We cannot afford to lose. We must send the right signal to the international community. We must bring our people back together. The people who have even abandoned the struggle, left the struggle and abandoned. Go and look in Facebook. In Facebook, we have only 3 people. I have actually a friend them for A of C where them be some few members the way they don't dominate Facebook. They share their job now. Share and repost. Sako Ekomei people and Kunyam Titus their people. Now the 3 people that remain for Facebook. All Ambazonia they don't run them. No man they talk about struggle. So we have no choice. If we need to win or make progress, we must come back together, attract our own people who have given up on the struggle because of this failure and this bad conduct we have demonstrated on the ground and in diplomacy. We must do so. We must moderate our stance and show the international community that we are capable of being flexible. That is the only choice. I wouldn't even put it out there because it wouldn't sound diplomatic. It wouldn't be diplomatic. But it is necessary. Given the state we are in the international community, it is necessary. There is no other way. I will never lie to you. I've always put it to you the way it is. So help us God. Capo Daniel, signing out, looking out for you.